can you look at me and say, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for Dirty Moms Yoga?
Hi, and welcome to Dirty Moms Yoga. I am Molly. Today's class is going to be focusing on Sun Salutation C, or Surya Namaskar C. It's a little bit different than the others, and I like offering these real specific classes for anybody who is just uncomfortable getting into an actual yoga studio. Right now we can't, right? So these will help you to kind of get an idea of that flow in a vinyasa class that you might be experiencing once you do get into a studio. So today we're going to need blocks. I do have a strap that's I'm going to hang on to just in case we may need it, and then a blanket. We're going to start in Thunderbolt pose, or Vajrasana, and it's simply sitting on your heels. Knees are together, inner ankles are hugging in, and you're sitting your pelvis back on your heels. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you because your ankles may not have that flexibility, you can take that blanket, fold it in whatever position you may need, and place it underneath your shins. When it's under your shins, it's going to help with that angle on the ankles to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. Now, if you have bad knees, another option is just to go into an easy seated position, just sitting cross-legged or one foot in front of the other, just in a nice, comfortable position. So for those of us who can, we're just going to go ahead and start on our knees, sit back on your heels. You're going to reach your toes to the back wall. Rotate those inner thighs down. No matter what position you're starting in, think about grounding that pelvis down, finding length out of your spine, and allowing the energy to come up out of your head. Take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes. Allow your hands just to relax in your lap. And we're going to do a couple different type of breathing work today, or pranayama today. So we're going to really think about breathing into the abdominals and feeling the energy in two-way direction, grounded down and through our pelvis and up out of our head. So we're going to take an 8-count inhale. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and exhale all the air in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Each time bringing in all the oxygen in, and then on the exhale, getting rid of all of that oxygen. So let's do that again. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a couple just cleansing breaths. Allow it to come naturally. That might be hard for some of you. That might be easy. It helps with the lung expansion. Just bringing your breath differently challenges you in other ways. So we're going to do that one more time, but we're going to do it in a count of 4. So a lot faster. So we're going to inhale for 4, and then we'll exhale for 4. So take a nice cleansing breath in and exhale. And we're going to begin. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice gentle breath. Allow it to come naturally now. Breathing into those abdominals. Check back in. See if you're still grounded down into your pelvis and lifting up out of your crown. Keeping that breath in mind, and any pose that you do can help bring your awareness inside to maybe allow you to hold that pose a little longer. It gives you a goal for each pose. One more deep breath in and exhale. Gently blink those eyes open. In class today, just like always, listen to your body, follow along the best you can, and do your best, okay? Go ahead and allow your hands to come forward. You can tap the tops of your feet, remove that prop if it's in your way, and then just allow those feet to kind of open up. If you're in a seated position, go ahead and come into that tabletop. Just tap those feet, waking them up. Go ahead and sit on back. Shift on over on the pelvis and bring your legs in front of you. Go ahead and move the fleshy parts of your tush out of the way, feeling those sitting bones really grounding down into the mat now. Now, if this is a hard position for you, you can always add height in any of our seated positions. Go ahead and grab that blanket, maybe undo it, one of those folds, or add an additional fold if need be. Otherwise, find yourself a nice comfortable position. Really ground down the backs of the thighs into the mat. Careful not to overextend in those knees, and bring your toes towards your nose. Lift up tall through your spine. We're going to do a little dynamic undercurve and overcurve motion. So what we're going to do is just really curl down into ourselves. Our hands are going to scoop down along your legs, and then you're going to flat back and reach on up towards the sky. Again, curl down towards those thighs. Arms are secondary. Reach along your thighs. Reach on up. So it's a nice little undercurve feeling. Take a couple moments and play with that until you feel like you might have it. And once you have it, really just allow it to full flow in a dynamic movement. Really opening up that spine, warming up those shoulders. You might even feel a little bit of stretch in the backs of the legs. So take a couple more on your own. Feeling that undercurve, scooping with the arms and reaching on up towards the sky. Let's do one more and go ahead and relax down. Now the opposite, overcurve. You're going to go over towards your toes, flat back this time. Curl on in and bring yourself rolling up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up and reach towards those toes. Overcurve and bring yourself back. Each time, keep drawing that navel into your spine, protecting that low back. And up and over. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, bring yourself back up. So explore that moment on your own a few times. See if you can feel that overcurve. Reaching up high, really allowing the spine to undulate and move with you. That's a good word for me today. One more. Just feels so good. From here, go ahead and find your neutral position. Place your hands on the sides of your hips and just gently press into those palms, feeling the length in the spine. The pelvis is rooting down. From here, walk your hands forward into a gentle forward fold. Go only as far as that your body is allowing you to go for today. It's warm up, so be gentle. Take a deep breath in. Feel the length in the front body. Lift the lower abdominals off your thighs. Feel a nice flat back and see if you can bring yourself a little bit further towards those toes. Go ahead and round your head on down towards your knees, opening up the back, the low spine. Feel the shift in the stretch, maybe a little bit higher up in those hamstrings, the backs of those legs. Double check in and make sure those kneecaps are lifted up high, engaging those quads, and bring those toes back towards your nose. Deep breath in. And exhale, drop that head. Go ahead and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last to come up. I have dog hair all over me. It does not matter what I do. Bring one foot in. I'm bringing my right foot in as close to your thigh as you can. It's okay if it's out to the side. Just bring it in as close as you can, making sure not to place it directly onto your knee. If this is hard for you, you can bring a block underneath that knee as well. You're going to take a nice deep breath in. Feel the length in your spine and walk yourself forward. Janu Shirshasana, or head to knee pose. It's a little bit tricky because actually you're thinking of bringing your head towards your foot more so than your knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Go ahead and allow those elbows to bend down to increase that stretch. Right away, I want you to think about bringing the left hip bone back and the right hip bone forward. Left kneecap is still engaged and toes are flexing back towards your nose. Deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold towards that foot. Inhale and slowly walk yourself back up. Replace that leg. Find that Dandasana, hands on either side of your pelvis, and firmly press those palms into the mat, feeling the length in your spine. Exhale, release. Other side. Bring the left foot into the inner thigh or as close as you can to it, whatever is more comfortable for you. If you need that prop for the other knee, go ahead and bring that on over and allow it to rest down. Again, do not press your foot into your knee. Either above your knee, below your knee, or just out to the side is fine. Activate those feet firmly. Bring the right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. Reach up long through your spine and walk yourself forward into Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose, or really head to foot pose. Take a deep breath in. Feel the length in the front body. Open up those collarbones. Exhale. Bend deeply in those elbows. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. One more deep breath in. And exhale, lengthen just a little bit further. Slowly walk yourself up one vertebrae at a time again. Remove those props out of the way. We're going to do a little reverse table, a little different core work today. So bring your feet flat onto the mat. You can scoot your pelvis towards your heels just a little bit and make sure those knees are going to stay parallel or evenly into your hips. So if you need to, you can take a block and place it in between those legs long ways. So I'm going like this, and hugging that in with my inner thighs. It'll help just to keep your alignment with your knees. Hands come just behind your pelvis. If you have tight shoulders, you can actually splay the fingers out more towards the side. So you play with that, you listen to your body. From here, push into your palms, push into those feet, and lift the pelvis up into a reverse table. Allow your head to come with you. Tuck that chin in a little bit and lift the pelvic up towards the ceiling. Really ground down into those palms, push into those feet evenly, and ground down the inner arches of those feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, calm on down. Shift your pelvis between your hands back into that Dandasana. Bring the toes up towards your nose and really push into the heels and the palms. So this is your first variation, your first option. If you'd like to stick with this, do so. In this position, really just think about hugging that navel in like you have a corset wrapping around those abdominals. Go ahead and push yourself back up into reverse tabletop position. Inhale, reach up high into that pelvis. Exhale, and this time, see if you can hover the pelvis up and push through with your heels. You might have to adjust yourself a little bit to create space. Push the pelvis through your hands. Open up those collarbones and hover the pelvis up. Inhale, drag your heels forward so that you bring your pelvis back up to the ceiling. And exhale, push those heels in again and bring your pelvis through your hands. Open up the collarbone and keep the pelvis lifted. Inhale, one more time, up. And exhale, reach that pelvis through those hands. Go ahead and relax down. I really like that one. It warms up my arms and my shoulders really, really well. Swoop your legs over to once. Oh, nope, I lied. We're going to do a little different. So we're going to work our way up in a different way to a standing position. So I like to call it the rock and roll. Grab your thighs, the hamstrings, the back of your thighs, hug them in closely, and then just rock back and forth. Each time you come up, really engage that core to find the balance on your sacrum. Rock so much that your feet start coming towards your mat, and then you can use your hands to push yourself up into Uttanasana, or forward fold. It's a practice. You may not get it right away. So whatever way you need to, find yourself in your forward fold. Bend those knees deeply. Allow your chest and your abdominals to lay against your thighs. Open up the feet to mat width distance. Hug those elbows, and then just rock back and forth, opening up the spine, feeling the sides of the body. Bending in one leg at a time. I don't know if you can hear that, but I just happened to have picked the best spot to rock on, and my floor is really creaky. It does not sound like a floor. Oh, jeez. Keep swaying. Allow your head to be long. Find yourself in a nice neutral position. Walk those toes and heels in towards each other so they're parallel to the front of your mat. Bend those knees deeply and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. The head is last to come up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Open up the palms to the front of your mat. Tadasana. Lift up those toes, spread them nice and wide. Feel those points of the feet firmly planted into the mat, and go ahead and relax those toes down. Lift up the shins and those kneecaps, engaging the thighs. Draw the pubic bone up and the tailbone down. Relax your ribs, your chest, and find a slight tuck in your chin. Feel the openness in those collarbones. This is great for posture. From here, we're going on into that Surya Namaskar C. I really like Sun C. It's a little bit different, so follow along the best you can. I'll talk you through it. Inhale, hands up overhead, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold over those legs, Uttanasana. Bend deeply in the knees if you need to, or bring your blocks nearby and at any height that you might need to. Head is heavy. Feel the openness in the back of the legs. Either push into your blocks or bring your hands to your shins. Roll the shoulder blades down and away from your ears and come up halfway to a flat back, feeling the length between your head and your low spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant those hands and step the right foot back right away into a runner's lunge. Hands are on either side of the front foot. Draw the left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Drop the back right knee down and untuck those toes. If you have knee issues, please feel free to take a blanket and place it onto your knee. From here, walk yourself up and see if you can feel a stretch deeply in the front of the hip flexor, the right side. If you don't, bend a little bit into that front knee and really think about lifting the pubic bone up, drawing the left hip bone back and the right hip bone forward. You can either keep your hands here or bring them up overhead, actively engaging those fingers, reaching the pinkies to the back wall. Find that length out of your spine. Deep breath in. And exhale, place your hands on either side of the foot. Tuck those back toes. Come up into a nice high plank. Really draw the navel in. Feel the length now out of the top of the head all the way down to your heels. Drop those knees, hug the elbows in, and slowly lower yourself down to your mat. Untuck those toes, roll the shoulder blades down and away from your ears to find yourself in a cobra. Push into those palms, evenly into those thumbs and first finger. Pubic bone is pushing down into the mat. Deep breath in, and exhale, come on down. Push yourself through tabletop position, tuck those toes, and find yourself in a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop those heels down. It's your first one this round, so bend those knees if you need to. And if you're still working on your down dog, an option is always to place blocks under your hands. Lift up that tailbone back and up towards that ceiling. Rotate those biceps next to your ears. Lift up the right leg, toes pointing down towards your mat, and reach it on through to a runner's lunge on the left side. Hands on either side of your foot. Keep your block there if you need to. Draw the right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. Drop the left knee down and untuck those toes. Walk yourself up. Take a glance and make sure that your front knee is not over your toes. Keep it right and even over that ankle. Deep breath in. Exhale and lift up that pubic bone and drop the tailbone down. Feel the stretch right in the hip flexor. Deep breath in, exhale, and bend deeply into that front knee. You can either keep your hands here or bring them up overhead. Anjanasana, low lunge. Love this one. It's one of my favorites. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck those back toes, and shift yourself back up into a runner's lunge, placing the weight over the right foot, pushing off the back foot, and find yourself in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, upward salute. Come on up and exhale, hands to heart center. You've completed one round of Surya Namaskar C. Love this one. Inhale, upward salute. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Warming up a little bit more now. See if you can straighten those knees a little bit further. Press hands into your shins or your blocks. Come up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Feel the nice flat back. Hug those lower ribs in. Exhale, forward fold and step the left foot back into a nice runner's lunge. Right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. Drop that back knee, untuck those left toes, and walk yourself up to your knee. Again, check, make sure your knee is not over your toes. Really bring the tailbone down, pubic bone up. Keep your hands on your knee or reach them up high. Deep breath in. And go ahead and do a nice arch with your back and reach up towards that ceiling. Take a nice glance up if you'd like. Exhale, forward fold over that front foot. Tuck those toes. Come into a high plank. Draw that lower navel in. Drop those knees, hug your elbows, and slowly lower yourself down to your mat. Untuck those toes and push yourself up through your hands into a nice low cobra. Shoulder blades are rolling down, back, and away from those ears. Exhale, forward fold. Or come on down to your mat. Tuck those toes through tabletop position. Find yourself in downward facing dog. Drop those heels down. Rotate those biceps next to your ear. Firmly press into those hands. Suction cup those hands to your mat. Left leg reaches up this time, toes down towards your mat. Bring it on through to your hands to a nice runner's lunge. Left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Drop that back knee, untuck those toes, and walk on up that knee. Deep breath in and exhale, bend deeply into that front knee. Drop the shoulder blades away from the ears. Reach the hands up high if you'd like, really activating those pinkies towards the back wall. Take a nice gentle arch, look up towards the ceiling, and exhale deeper into your pose. Inhale one more time, and exhale, fold over that foot. Tuck those toes under, push off that back foot, and find yourself into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do all of that one more time again, a little bit faster this time. Think about, check back in with that counting of your breath. This is more of a 4-count breath. It's speedy. It's faster, Vinyasa style, okay? So take a deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, arms come up overhead, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come half up. Exhale, forward fold and step the right foot back. Runner's lunge. Left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Drop that knee down, untuck those toes, and walk your hands up. Either reach up to the ceiling or keep them on your knee. Deep breath in and look up to the ceiling. Bend deeply in that front knee. Really drop that tailbone down to protect your low spine. Inhale one more time. And exhale, bring your hands on either side of your foot and find yourself in a high plank. Drop those knees, hug those elbows in, and lower yourself down to your mat. Untuck those legs. Draw the shoulder blades away from your ears and pull yourself up into a baby cobra. Keep the pubic bone down into your mat. Shoulder blades down and away, and hug those elbows together. Exhale, come on down. Push yourself through a tabletop position. Tuck those toes and find yourself in downward facing dog. Really drop those heels down. Firmly plant those hands into your mat. One more deep breath in and exhale. Right foot comes up, toes down towards your mat. Bring it on through to your hands. Draw the right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. High runner's lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck those toes, and walk yourself up to Anjaneyasana. Low lunge. Really keep drawing the right hip bone back, left hip bone forward, and drop the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale and slight arch. Look up towards that ceiling. Make sure to tuck that chin in just a little bit. Protect your neck. Inhale and exhale a little bit deeper into that front knee. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands down on the side of your foot. Push off that back leg. Find yourself into a forward fold. Inhale, come up, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Right away, other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come half up, Urdhva Hastasana. Nope, I had said that one wrong. I'm just going to stick with my normal. Left foot reaches back into a nice runner's lunge. Bring that right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. Drop that knee down, untuck those toes. Reach those hands up to the ceiling. Inhale, draw the tailbone down. Little arch, look up towards that ceiling and draw the shoulder blades away from your ears. Inhale up high. Exhale, bend deeply in that front knee. One more inhale. And exhale, hands come to either side of your foot, high plank. Drop those knees, hug those elbows, and slowly lower yourself down to your mat. Untuck those feet. Push the pubic bone down. Roll the shoulder blades away into a little baby cobra. Hug those elbows into your ribs. Inhale and exhale, come on down. Push yourself through tabletop position to downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up, toes down towards your mat. Bring it on through to your hands to a nice high runner's lunge. Left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Drop that back knee, untuck those toes, and walk yourself up. Hands come up to the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale and bend deeply into that front knee. Inhale, look up to that ceiling. Little arch in the upper back. Reach those fingertips up high. One more deep inhale and exhale. Mirror that foot, and instead of coming into a forward fold, allow that foot to come back and let your pelvis fall towards your heels into a balasana. Relax the head down. Bring the pelvis towards your heels. If you're not quite there, you can use a block underneath your pelvis. You can also use a block under your head. Whatever is comfortable for you, find that position that you can rest in. Deep breath in and just relax. Walk your right hands, or both hands, over to the right side. Allow the left hip to really reach and ground down to that left heel. Open up the side of the left body. Keep the length on the right side body. Deep breath in. Exhale, deepen yourself in your pose. Walk your hands back to center and reach on over to the left side, grounding the right side of the pelvis all the way down to that right heel, feeling the openness in the right side body. Deep breath in and exhale and go deeper into your pose. Walk your hands back into center and exhale, just relax. Push yourself up into a tabletop position and find yourself on your belly. We're going to do one little heart opener. We've done this once before, Salabhasana or locust pose. Really rotate those thighs down to the mat. The inner thighs are rotating up to the ceiling. What? I know. Tops of the feet are pressing firmly into the mat. Toes are reaching to the back wall. Forehead is resting on your mat and hands come down to the side with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. You're going to reach those fingertips and those toes to the back wall. Those fingertips are going to reach so far, it's going to pull your upper back up. Those toes are going to reach, it's going to bring your lower legs up into a little locust pose. Hug those legs together. If you need to, you can put a block between your ankles. It's a little awkward, but it does work. Hug those ankles together. Really reach those fingertips and those toes. And exhale, come on down using your hands as a pillow. Rest your cheek on your hands. Bring those feet up and just allow them to windshield wiper to each side. Allow the low back just to wring out. We're going to do that one more time. Go ahead and set yourself back up. Hug those inner ankles together. Palms are facing up on the side of your body. Reach with those fingertips, press the pubic bone into the mat, and lift your upper body. Draw the shoulder blades toward your spine. Reach those toes up. Reach them and lift up as high as you can. Draw that navel in and push that pubic bone down. Think about the tailbone reaching long down towards those feet. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, go ahead and rest the cheek on the opposite side now. And windshield wiper those from side to side. Go ahead and replace your feet in your hands. Push yourself into a balasana. Child's pose. Push yourself back. Allow the pelvis to come towards your heels and just relax. You can have open knees if you'd like. The wider the knees, you might feel more stretch in your low spine. You can also do it with your knees together. Just keep those big toes touching. Slowly roll up. Walk yourself with your hands. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Shift yourself over. Bring your feet to the front of your mat with your pelvis. And then just roll on down. One vertebrae at a time. Hug those knees into your chest. Apanasana. Allow the shoulders to open and push down into the mat. Flex those feet and push them firmly to the ceiling. Really allow the sacrum to fall down to your mat. Feel the length back of the legs all the way through those heels. Hug those knees in one more time and allow those feet to come down to your mat. Push those feet, shift your pelvis over to the right side. Bring those knees to your chest, arms come up to the sides into a little goalpost or cactus position, and allow the knees to fall over to the left. And if you'd like, you can allow your head to look over towards your right if that's comfortable for you. Take a deep breath in and exhale and feel the nice twist in the low spine. Technically, you don't twist in the low spine. I'm going to correct myself on that one. Really, rotation happens in the thoracic and the upper body, upper part of your vertebrae. Your low spine really doesn't twist, but it feels like it. So just think about how those low vertebrae kind of ring out like you would a rag. Inhale those knees back up to center. Place those feet back into the mat. Shift your pelvis over towards the left side. Hug those knees on in. Allow them to fall towards the right. And if it's comfortable for you, take your head and look over towards the left. Allow those knees to fall. If your knees don't make it there, you could actually use a block and place it under your knees. You can even place a block in between your legs if you'd like. That can kind of help to maybe stack those knees a little bit better with your pelvis. Find comfort for you. One more deep inhale and exhale. Inhale those knees up. We're going to go into our final Shavasana. Nice quick class today. So place any shirts, pants, socks, whatever you would like to feel comfortable with your Shavasana, your final corpse pose. You can take a blanket, it's one of my favorite things to do, and roll it up and just place it underneath your knees. And then just go ahead and lay on back. Breathing comes naturally, palms up towards the ceilings, and just allow your legs to relax out to the side. Close your eyes. And just feel your body melt down into the earth. Allow the energy of the earth to come up in through your body. And exhale and just release everything down back into the earth. Allow everything just to come naturally. Your breathing, the relaxation in your feet and your legs, relaxation, the heaviness in your pelvis, the ribs, the arms, the openness of the chest, the shoulders fall towards the mat. Back of the head is resting on the mat, chin just slightly tucked. Take a couple deep breaths. Just focus on your body in the moment. If you notice your mind wandering, feel free to take that counting breath again, the inhale for a certain amount of numbers and the exhale can kind of help bring your meditation or your breathing back to the moment. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Reach the feet down long and the hands up overhead. A nice good morning stretch. Walk those heels back towards your pelvis and hug those knees into your chest. Allow them to fall over to one side. In nice fetal position, use your lower arm as a pillow. With the strength of your top arm, push yourself up halfway. The bottom arm helps you the rest of the way. And find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position, adding height under that pelvis if you would like. Take a couple of deep breaths in. And exhale, hands can come to heart center. One more deep breath in. Exhale, allow your chin to drop down towards your hands. Thank you for joining today. I hope you liked Sun Salute C, Sun Salutations. I love them. I think they're very fun. They're a staple you will find in a lot of classes, including my own. So thank you for coming in and checking in today. I hope you are having a beautiful sunshine-filled day. I honor the light in you as I hope you honor the light in me. Go ahead and bend on forward and we'll do a namaste. Thanks for joining in. A nice quick class today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to comment below. But please make sure you subscribe, you share, give me a thumbs up. And if there's anything else that you would like to see in classes, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, enjoy your day, and thanks for joining Dirty Moms Yoga.